Hey, welcome to the Song and Story segment. I want to remind you to text the number that's on your screen so that you can tell us that you're here and we can give you a shout out. Again, that number is 260-593-1983. And here's our question of the week. And it does relate to the story. Have you or anyone that you know needed to leave your home because of danger or hunger or something else that made it so that you needed to leave where you were and go live someplace new? Something to think about, and maybe you want to send those responses to me as well as telling me your name so I can give you a shout out. All right, now we're going to have some sing-along time with Deb.
Everywhere we go, God goes with us. This is a favorite song in our class, and the children in our 4- and 5-year-old class actually wrote the words to the verses you're going to hear and sing along, hopefully. Everywhere we go, God goes with us. Everywhere we go, God goes with us. Everywhere we go, God goes with us. Everywhere we go. When we're playing games with our family, when we take a hike or climb a tree, when we're on our screens with lots to see, God goes with us. Everywhere we go, God goes with us. Everywhere we go, God goes with us. Everywhere we go, God goes with us. Everywhere we go. Going round the world, flying in the sky, on a roller coaster that goes whizzing by. When we are afraid and really want to cry, God goes with us. Everywhere we go, God goes with us. Everywhere we go, God goes with us. Everywhere we go, God goes with us. Everywhere we go. God is with us. God is with us all the time, in the night and in the light. God is with us. God is with us in the night. God is with us. God is with us. God is with us in the light. God is with us. God is here. Have no fear. God is with us. God is with us. God is with us in the night. God is with us. God is with us. God is with us in the light. God is with us. God is here. Have no fear. God is with us. God is with us.
Well, hello. Here we are back. And you know what? The guys in the booth are laughing a whole bunch, and I'm not sure what just happened, but I'm really curious. Maybe you at home saw something kind of strange happen. I don't know.
Who knows?
Anyway, we're going to start with some call-outs here. So we have a few people to say hi to.
I know what happened. The block over was.
Oh, yeah,
that
noticing differences in the
block
blocks. Mhm.
was over there.
Yep,
So it
that's
wasn't
one thing.
fully finished.
Okay.
So yeah, it looks a little different behind us than it did in there. Pamela worked long and hard to put this visual back up here, this art piece by Krista. Okay, we got some shout outs here. Zeph, can you read who that is?
That is Matthew Caleb, and Mara.
Matthew and
Hello.
Caleb and Mara are here. Hello. Good morning to you. And we have Justin and Stephanie Yoder. Welcome to you. They're heading to Genesis soon, they say, so don't worry.
Great. See you there.
Dakota and Briggs, hi. We're glad you're here with us. And the Miller-Lehman clan, good morning to you. We
Wanna read
also
another
have
one?
Hannah Lind here. I'm glad you're here with us, Hannah. And
More keep flying
do you
in.
know who this is?
The Ruels.
The Ruels are here, and they
Yeah.
even sent us a picture. I love seeing that picture. And we have Sam and Ian Brenneman. Hi, Sam and
Hello.
Ian. We're really glad you're here with us, too. Okay, we'll see if more come in by the end of our story time, and we'll say hello to you as well. Remember that if you want to say a response to that question, have you or anyone that you know needed to leave your home because of hunger or danger or something else, you can respond to that on here, or it might just be something for you to think about throughout the week. Well, let's review the big story. So, Malachi, how about
He's
you
ready.
pull
I know
that up?
someone who has had to flee.
Yeah, we do
Justin and
listen.
Jaden.
Yeah, Justin and Jaden fled, didn't they? Yep. We know their story here at our church pretty well. Yep. And we're glad you're here with us now, Justin and Jaden. All right, let's review the big story. You ready? God created, and it was
Good.
Humans missed the mark, and God stuck with them. God called a family.
Family.
When the people became slaves, God sent Moses, who delivered them. They learned to live in shalom community. They learned that there is only one God, and we love God with all our being. The people got to the promised land, and they got in a cycle of missing the mark. And God sent judges. God called Samuel to be a prophet, but the people wanted a king. So Samuel anointed kings. Solomon built a temple in Jerusalem to be a gathering place for worship of God. But all those kings continued to miss the mark. And the kingdom divided into the north, Israel, and the south, Judah. Well, God worked through prophets, and God stuck with the people, even as first the north and then the south kingdom fell to foreign superpowers. Many of the people were captured and put into exile, and others were left in the ruins of what had been their home. In exile, the people learned a lot. They learned how to worship God, and they learned about God's hope. And after 70 years, the exiled people were allowed to return. They rebuilt Jerusalem, and they rebuilt the temple, and they waited for a Messiah. God sent Jesus, a baby Messiah who was announced by angels and visited by shepherds and magi, and proclaimed by Simeon and Anna. And now we get to today's story, which comes right after those magi visited Jesus. Here's our key. Once again, an angel comes to Joseph, saying, "Get up, take this child and his mother, flee to Egypt, so they make good their escape from the rage of Herod, mad about the Magi's recent trick, now determined to destroy any threat, even a kid."
So this is another hard part of the big story. There's quite a few hard stories, small stories within the big story here. So remember that last week, the story was about the Magi and Herod, right? So Zeph, can you tell us what happened with Herod?
He got really jealous and angry, and he kind of got scared that he was like, if we don't kill this child, I won't get I won't get what my power.
Yeah?
And then he ordered that all the baby boys should be killed.
Yeah, he was afraid of losing power. Does that remind you of any other stories that we've talked about this year as we've gone through the Bible? Which one?
Pharaoh killing all the baby boys except Moses.
Yeah, the reason that Moses' parents hid him, because Pharaoh was trying the same thing, feeling threatened. So, here in today's story, God warns Joseph in a dream, and so Joseph and Mary take Jesus and they flee to safety in Egypt, of all places.
That's often
The place
a
Moses
refuge.
left, yeah. But in this story, they go back to Egypt to be safe.
Israel, they're fleeing to Egypt.
Yes. And they stayed there until it was safe for them to go back home. So Malachi, as we talked about this story at our house, what is one thing that we kind of found interesting in this story?
Jesus was a refugee. And it's probably a good thing that Mary and Joseph didn't have to wait for a visa or a green card to come through or to be accepted as asylum seekers. Because they just had to go to safety.
Yep, they were able to just kind of go on. Yeah. So if you are in a family that has needed to immigrate here or to any place around the world, this story is a reminder that Jesus gets it. Jesus knows what that's like.
So let's see if we have any more people to give some shout outs to here. We do. We have Emmy and Evelyn. And hi, Emmy and Evelyn. They've experienced moving,
Yep.
and they felt God very near to them during those times, they say. The Yoders are here. Hello, Lewis and Elliot and Ava. And Jake and Liza and Lydia. Hi, I'm glad to know you're here with us today, too. And Steve and Donna Priest. Donna needed to move in Iowa following a train wreck, she says. So yeah, different things cause us to move different places, don't they? We moved here not because of hunger or danger, but we moved here because of work. This is where the church was that we felt called to. So we have different reasons for moving around, and moving around has always been part of the story of the people, of God's people and everyone around the world. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think we are ready to sing our
Let's
song. Here we go. Ready?
This is the story of how it all began. God made matter and chaos shattered. Eve and Adam, they tried to hide. The world got violent and God replied with a mark and a flood and a rainbow sign. God's love written on skin and sky. Then God called a family to be a blessing to the earth. A mother and her favorite son wrestle for the blessing. Another son becomes a slave, the land is saved from famine. God's family grows, Egypt oppressed as they groan to God. And God sends Moses 10 strange signs, say please release them. By the sea God saves them. The people complain and God rains bread, daily food, and 10 new rules. 5 sisters come and ask for land. God says yes, amend the law. Moses says in your new life across the Jordan, love God with your whole heart and with all your being and your strength. Now listen, God is one, only God. God is one, only God. Cross over Jordan, swords and stones, circuits and shouts, and the walls come down. God sends judges like Deborah, and the land has rest. Ruth's worth more than 7 sons. Redeem the lost with steadfast love. Corruption in the temple, and God sends Samuel. God gives them a prophet. They ask for a king. Does God need a temple? A wise king forgets. And when a bully rules the land, the nation tears apart and loses David's heart. Through a widow's gift and a prophet's cry, God gives life in desperate times. Josiah reads this misplaced scroll. He turns to God wholeheartedly, like David did in his time. God gives Jeremiah a picture of God's ruined family. Is there any hope left? Is there any hope left? Is there any hope left for you? Jerusalem, any hope? Any hope left? Is there any hope left for you? Jerusalem. By the streams of Babylon, how can we sing when you are gone? Jerusalem, Jerusalem. I'm in a valley of human bones. These bones are Israel. God's breath is hope. Haman plans death for Esther's exiles. She risked her life so they might survive. Finally, God's family rebuilds a temple in Jerusalem. God plunges them into a sea of joy and celebration of only God. God is one, only God. Comfort to Jerusalem, your warfare finally ceases. Matthew lists these generations, Abraham to Jesus. The angel says you'll have a son, and God will give him David's throne. Mary says, God looked at me, now I'm the luckiest person around. Mary, now a pregnant fiancée, makes a grueling journey. She has her baby. Shepherds see angels declaring God's glory and peace among people. The Spirit sends shepherds and elders and prophets to tell those who wait their Messiah has come. Herod gets nervous, the Magi find Jesus. They hide their discovery and hurry back home. Once again an angel comes to Joseph, so they make good their escape. God loves every one of us, it's true, and God loves the universe.
We made it.
All right, that is getting to be quite the song. And you know, this is week, 33? 33. And how many weeks are there in a year? 52. So we're getting closer and closer to the completion of the story. It's been quite the year, hasn't it?
To the ascension.
To the ascension, but there's more after the ascension, isn't there?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we hope you have a really great week. Quick make sure we didn't miss anyone on call-outs. I don't think we did.
Don't think so.
We're good. All right. Have a great week, all of you.
See you next week.